Remember the production hell? Well, Tesla finds itself in a different type of hell, but this one might hurt a little bit more and take a little bit longer to figure out. How do we know? Well, Bloomberg had done a survey amongst Tesla Model 3 owners, and I don't mean they asked like a couple of people at the superchargers and their mom. No, they've surveyed 5,000 Tesla Model 3 owners, and I think it was like over 160 questions. So we're talking about some major set of information, and it sounds like they have a problem. And they have a problem with customer service, something that you guys know that pretty much the reason I left Tesla as a brand. I've owned 3 Teslas before, and this one thing is just, yeah, I know it was also probably unlucky with all 3 cars having all these kinds of problems, but at the end of the day, you know, service is important for people like me. Some people just love the car, they don't care about the service, and that's okay as well. Now, I also run one of the largest Facebook groups for Tesla Model S owners, and there's also Tesla Model 3 owners group that I have, total of over 35,000 people at this point. So I approve this post that people post every day, dozens and dozens, and I see a lot of people also. Basically, I feel like people who own Teslas at this point are separated into 2 groups, right? Ones that got a Tesla, never had any problems, and absolutely love it. Or they have some problems, but it's not a big deal. They're not bothered by the issues with the service. And then there are people who either got in an accident and literally had to spend money on the rental cars waiting for Tesla to get back to them and to get the parts, or people who just had a really bad experience with customer service, including really long wait times on while they're waiting on a call. That's me. Or sometimes Tesla would just ghost you. Yeah, like girls ghost me on Tinder or Bumble. It's literally the same thing. You will write an email saying, hey, I want to meet you. You know, I have some needs. There's some, you know, my door handle doesn't come out, and you don't hear anything back. And, you know, again, it might be all right for Tinder and Bumble, but it's not okay for Tesla to do that to their customers. Unfortunately, I was at the receiving end of both unfortunate events. And people don't like it. And we're going to look at some charts. But first, I also want to talk about some improvements that this survey showed. And by the way, today's keyword is chicken. So first, let's see if you can spot me using this word. But if you're going to be commenting on this video, got to use the keyword. All right, that's just some rules. Now, I also, this survey showed that 1/3 of all customers who wanted to get an appointment, it took them at least 10 days to get an appointment with Tesla. I remember that as well, and I honestly got to tell you, it's much easier to make an appointment with DMV and get it than with Tesla, and it shouldn't be that way, right? All right, but it is happening. Now, earlier this year, I think in January, I think this was a Q4 conference call where Elon completely recognized and said, yes, we are going to make customer service #1 priority in Northern California, and they have made some improvements since, especially with parts, right? There was a big deal with waiting for parts. Now, we'll look at that chart at the end, and you'll see there's still some really, really big problems there. And by the way, if you're one of those people who were affected by, you know, waiting for parts, or you were in an accident and had, you know, maybe a good or bad experience with Tesla, let me know in the comment section. But you have to use a keyword. Now, by the way, most of the manufacturers out there have lots and lots of dealerships that are third-party, you know, body shops and repair shops that are certified and can work on those cars. But with Tesla, you only get 413 of service centers, and that's it. Now, one thing that the survey showed that everybody loved, including myself, is the mobile service that Tesla does. This is the picture I actually taken myself when I had a Tesla, my last Tesla, where I actually didn't have to come out of my office. The only reason I came out is to take that picture for you guys, but literally I just unlocked my car when they arrived, and they figured, I think it was a door handle actually, and then they just left, and you know, you lock your car and everyone's done. So people love this service. Mobile service is the way to go, not just for Tesla. I think this is for many other brands to hopefully implement. Not that they don't have it, I just think that should definitely be. Man, I just literally spat all myself. I'm salivating over the idea of mobile services. That's how much I love this stuff, guys. Anyway, all right, I gotta get some napkins before I do videos, I guess, in the future. But another good thing that Tesla customers really like, the Model 3 owners, is the charging, right? The supercharger experience and at-home experience. And I have to say, I have the same. Now, that is if you accept the fact that refueling your car in a long distance takes 45 minutes, and that's just how it is. I could not accept that. That's why I bought a Volt a while back to do commuting. But a lot of people, I know a lot of people criticize me because you do have to use a little bit of gas, but it's just priorities sometimes. But let's get to some of the charts that Bloomberg came up with, and this is where I hope Elon and Tesla service advisors and whoever can make some changes is really watching. Before that, of course, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out their all-electric SUV called M-Byte. I'm a reservation holder. You should be as well. Well, at the very least, because it takes about a minute to reserve a Byton, and also $0, euros, rubles, whatever, and you get in line for when this car comes to America or Europe, and you'll be able to get one. I'm really excited, so go to the description of this video and reserve your Byton today. All right, so one of the bigger complaints were also a delivery process, and once again I approve so many messages, so many posts in my Facebook group where I see people complaining, saying, you know what, they had to reschedule a few times because my car wasn't ready. I drove 2 hours to pick up my car. When I got there, there was nothing there. Again, reminds me of my Bumble dates. And it should be that way. Also, a lot of people discover defects that they either kind of have to, write them down and have them fixed later, or sometimes Tesla kind of goes like, yeah, you know what, that's just how it is. And then you kind of like have to take it or leave it. And of course, a lot of times they're saying it's rushed when I take delivery of a vehicle. And I'm assuming a lot of these people were probably, unfortunately, were rushed because it was at the end of the quarter when Tesla tries to deliver all these cars to meet the expectations of Wall Street, right? So, and they were just kind of running around, like chickens with their heads cut off, as they say. So that was not a pleasant experience for them. But let's look at some charts, right? In the number one chart here, let me blow it up. This is from Bloomberg. This is dissatisfaction with timeliness of services. You can see it was going down if you look at the left, but the blue one is just went up. Over 22, like what about 22%? That's a lot. And then the second one is basically how happy people are with the repairs. And once again, it went up, almost double, from about 12% to 20%. That's a lot. I mean, it looks like they were fixing the problem, but now I'm assuming because there are more Model 3s and just more Teslas out there, the problem came back. Let's look at another chart. And this one, take this with a grain of salt, because I don't know what this chart looks like for other manufacturers, because, the same survey would need to be conducted for that. But as you can see, for mobile service, Tesla owners absolutely love it. But for customer service online and by phone service, that's a lot of people who are either very, very dissatisfied, somewhat dissatisfied, or neutral, right? But again, it looks okay. I just don't know what other brands have it. So I wanted to show you this chart, but I have to say, don't read up too much into it. But here's the most damaging one, and this is what happens when your Tesla gets in any type of a collision. And this is what people really, really hate. Look, and by the way, I guess they marked when Elon said that they're going to make it a priority. Look how they were actually taking care of it, but the last quarter, the Q3, is once again, boom, it went up. Now, overall, if you compare it to the beginning of the year or the last of the same quarter of last year, it's still lower. But here's what you should be looking at. Look at the difference, because this is timing, right? This is, I believe, days. The white ones are days of waiting for part, and the blue one is days while car is unavailable. So the difference is actually how many days it took to actually repair the car. So if the part was already there, as it should be most of the time, or sometimes it takes a day or so, that's the only number of days that it should have taken to fix the vehicle. As you can see, it's what, 5, 6, 10 times more. So basically 90% of the time or 80% of the time you end up waiting for a part. And don't forget, someone has to pay for your car rental, and it's not going to be the same caliber as Tesla, right? You're going to drive a Dodge Neon or something like that, and then pay for gas on top of that. That's a lot of people really, really, really do not like that, and this is something for Tesla to work on. I really do think that now that they're out of production hell, they are in a customer service hell, and they really do need to do something about it. Elon is aware of it, obviously, but I don't think they are on the right track to actually fix it, because the availability of the parts is still not there. And obviously, call centers, the customer service centers, that needs to be, people need to be trained better, definitely, for sure. I can tell you that from first experiences, but also just build more of them or just outsource it. I know Tesla doesn't like outsourcing, but at least for a couple of years, just to get that out of control. So let me know in the comment section if you guys, what you guys think. Well, also don't forget that if you want to see all of the behind the scenes videos and pictures and funny stuff that I do, follow me on Instagram under E4Electric. And of course, don't forget to get another free thing out of the description of this video, which is our free VIP list, where that's where you get a bonus story at the end of each week, something that I wasn't able to fit into the daily news report that I do here on YouTube or on our website. You can go to e4electric.com/VIP. Much like a Byton reservation, it is also free. All right, looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.